Monday. Wow, a fantastic weather pattern coming up. Obviously, sometimes we have to talk about the need for rain. No need for that right now. And so the drier, mild weather on the way. I don't think I should talk. I don't think I should use the word warm because some of you will misinterpret that. But I will tell you one thing. You like my little tease? We're going to look at something that you don't see anywhere else. We're going to look at the European model that goes out 45 days, and it's fairly incredible. So let's get to it. The short term is fairly incredible. Let's say hi to Daniel Hoffman. Thanks for watching. And Angelita Barcelone. Good morning. Mimi Noonan. Good morning. And Shannon Grams. Good morning from Grand Blanc. If you could hit the share button. Hit the share button. I have to remind folks that that's how I get more viewers, and that's how this continues. And by the way, thank you to Consumers Energy for sponsoring the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. So here we go. This is the European model in the short term, okay? So we're starting today, and basically you're just going to look for green to see if we have any rain coming in. What we have is we have a high pressure center up in, let's call it Hudson Bay, and it's just holding all of the dry weather in. It's going to kind of nose down into our region. This is by Friday, still dry. And then this is Saturday. And then this is Sunday and Monday. So we don't have a chance of rain into Michigan until sometime on Sunday. And that's southern Michigan at that. Of course, that's pretty far out. And then that sneaks on by, and another large high pressure system builds in to basically centered over northeast Michigan or southeast Ontario, and continues to bring us great weather. That's 10 days out. That's October 7th, my friends. All right, so let's look at the high temperatures. Now, this is off of the European, and again, this is why I kind of hesitate to use the word warm, because let's say someone I'm married to hears the word warm, and they start thinking 85, and then I got to remind them early October, normal high temperatures are in the low to mid 60s. So 70 is warm, 72 is warm, 75 is very warm. So let's look at these temperatures, and they're just flat out gorgeous. Now, today is in the upper 70s in the southern half or southern 2/3 of lower Michigan. Tomorrow, maybe a touch cooler in the upper 60s to low 70s. And then Wednesday in the low to mid 70s. And Thursday, the lakes are starting to cool down a touch. So when we get a northeast wind, the east side of the state will be a touch cooler near the lake. Look at Friday. 72 in Traverse City, and 71 in Cadillac, and 71 in Grand Rapids, and 67 in Ann Arbor and Flint and Saginaw Bay City. That's beautiful. Look at Saturday. High temperatures in the 70s, maybe 77 in Alpena. Look at Sunday in the low 70s. Look at Monday in the 60s, and Tuesday, that's 9 days out, admittedly. That's pretty far out. And don't forget, folks, we're going to get to the 45-day here in just a moment. And that's 10 days out in the low to mid 60s, but that's still gorgeous weather. I wanted to show you also the Weather Service forecast. Upper 70s for today, and 70-ish for tomorrow, and low 70s, and upper 60s to low 70s on Thursday. And then Friday looks great, and Saturday and Sunday. So a lot of things agree. Now, look at the 6 to 10 day forecast. Let me get it here for you. Okay. 6 to 10 day forecast. Hey, good morning, Karen Jacobs from Bay City, and good morning, Conchita Salvador. Thanks for watching. And Gary Jegla, good morning. And Jay Yabut, good morning to you. So this is the 6 to 10 day, October 2nd to 6th. Above normal temperatures, drier than normal conditions. And the 8 to 14 day, above normal temperatures, bullseye over the northern part of the country, including the Great Lakes, including Michigan, and below normal amounts of precipitation. And a 3 to 4 week, October 9th to 22nd, Michigan in a 70 to 80% chance of warmer than normal conditions and a chance of below normal rainfall. And again, I just want to remind you, this is the let's see, let me get back to, here's October 10th. Just a second. October 10th, normal high temperatures. So normally, let's call it 65 Detroit, Ann Arbor, Kalamazoo, 64 Flint, Saginaw Bay City, Grand Rapids, Lansing, and then low 60s after that. So when you're talking 68 to 70, it's not super hot, but it is definitely warmer than normal. All right, here we go. Now, what this is a lot of the models have long-term runs, and they go from like a day-to-day forecast to more of a I don't want to say climate forecast, because then in comes all the who can forecast the climate type thing. But this is still a day-to-day forecast for 45 days. What you're going to be looking at is the 5-day average temperature anomaly, and it's actually in Celsius because it comes from the European model. So you're going to see a lot of out through the 45-day forecast, you're going to see a lot of 2 degrees above normal Celsius, which I always say, easy way is you can convert that to 4 degrees warmer than normal Fahrenheit. And that's not hot, but it is notably warmer than normal. So here we go with it, okay? So we're going to start off. Let me get it centered for you good so you can see what's going on. And let's start with now. So remember, you're looking at a 5-day temperature average. This is October 1st and the 5 days prior, so now. And now we're into October 5th and October 8th and October 11th and October 15th and October 16th. Where'd the blue go? Bye-bye. And October 21st and October 24th and October 25th. Let me just take a break here and cover my butt just a little bit here. And by the way, thank you for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. The update brought to you by Consumers Energy. If you could hit the share button, I'm going to start to remind you more about that, because I need to use the power of Facebook to get my method out of giving you the weather. So when you see a 5-day average warmer than normal, that doesn't mean that we won't have a cold front drop down into the low 60s or highs in the 50s for a day, maybe even have a frost, possibly sometime in October, although it's not looking real likely. But it means that 5-day period, you'll only have 1 or 2 days that are cooler than normal slightly, so that it doesn't influence the whole 5-day period. So it's a warmer than normal forecast, but don't take it to mean that every day is run around in shorts day. Okay, so we pick up after my little soapbox there. We are at October 29th. We are at Halloween. And then we are at November 3rd and November 4th and November 6th. So look at that. Let me just replay that for you real fast again. And what you'll notice is the European model believes that milder, warmer than weather is just going to take over, and it's going to be a fairly large area, not these little pockets that dip in and dip out. So there you go. And for those of you planning your fall colors, I think you've seen it. I forecasted this in my fall color update, that folks are thinking it's coming on real early. It's going to be real early. And we saw the warmth coming, and I said, this is going to probably slow it down some, and it may be putting brakes on it here. So I still think that on my map, I think you should take the last day of my zone of peak color and watch for updates too. This is just like a weather forecast that it could take some updates. All right. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa. This is the MLive Morning Weather Update brought to you by Consumers Energy. We'll see you back here tomorrow, and I'll probably have the same story. Great weather. Take care.